Can you spell your name first?
My name is Brandon Clarkson, Branden, Clarkson, Clarkson.
Can you tell me about what happened here earlier today?
Today, our officers responded to an incident that occurred at MGM Grand during at approximately 10 o'clock. This evening. There was a subject that had grabbed a rock and banged out a window. It was a glass window and made a large bang, which caused an initial panic, causing people to flee the area. It set off a chain reaction of people thinking that there was a potential shooting, which I assure you there was not a shooting today on the Strip. It was false reports of any gunfire.
And do you know how many? I just heard from other people, like a lot of people exited. Do you know how many hotels were kind of affected with this?
Well, we had officers at every intersection because this is a Saturday night in Las Vegas. We have officers assigned to every intersection and every bridge. There was initial exodus of people from the area. Officers in the proximity were able to quickly mitigate any issues that there were in the direct vicinity, and then we worked with the properties up and down the Strip to ensure that there was not any shooting that occurred.
Was there any injuries from people maybe stampeding or being rushed out or anything like that you know?
During the initial panic, there was one person that fell down and sustained a minor injury. That was it.
And what would you want to tell Vegas or even people here visiting whenever something like this, happens and they see people like running around? What would you want to tell them?
Well, what I want to tell people that are coming to Las Vegas is that this is one of the safest cities in America, and we have a very robust response of law enforcement that are working Saturday night and throughout the weekend and all throughout the week. And in this instance, we had officers up and down the Strip, one at every intersection and every bridge. And so when you come to Las Vegas, you should feel safe and know that we were able to quickly respond to this incident and make sure that it was safe for everyone that responded.
And how fast were you guys able to respond here today? And what would you want to tell your law enforcement officers about how you guys responded today?
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Give it a second. I mean, how fast did your officers respond today? And what would you like to tell your officers about how they did respond today? Even the fire department as well.
Well, because we were in the area, we were able to quickly respond. And when the initial reports of the alleged gunfire came out, we were able to quickly determine that that was not the case. We had officers up and down the Strip, so we were able to check all the different properties and push out information quickly. And one of the things that our public information officer did as well was push out information via social media to make sure that the entire public knew that there was not a shooting that occurred.
To reiterate, it was shattered glass in the area of the MGM Grand. Was it someone throwing a rock at a glass door?
Yeah, there was an incident at the valet of the MGM Grand. Subject was upset, threw a rock at the window, caused a loud bang, which caused the initial panic. That subject was taken into custody and was charged for a gross misdemeanor destruction of property.
We also noticed a pretty large police presence kind of in the area of the Miracle Mile shops and Planet Hollywood. Was there any sort of shooting that happened over there? We were hearing some social media reports that there might have been.
No, there was no shooting at all on the Strip, I can assure you that. The initial areas where we set up a good area where we could have initial command, and we're able to provide information to all of our officers and our community to let them know what happened.
We also noticed a lot of just ambulances and fire trucks just going in and out of that direction. Any indication as to what happened? I know you said there was one minor injury from someone getting trampled, but was there some sort of panic that requires some medical attention or anything?
No, there was only the one injury. The normal amount of response to any given weekend where there's people that need medical attention for various reasons. It's very hot out here today too. People drink, make sure that they drink water. A variety of medical calls, but the only call that we had for medical for this one was a minor injury.
So we also heard that people in the poker room started running as well. What was that about? Did they hear it all the way? And they said they were trampled. They started running and they were trampled as well.
I don't have any information on that, and the only reports of any injury was the one I told you about.
Hey, Captain, if we just get a sec, guys, stop recording. Just let Channel 8 get started.
No. Oh, do you want me to ask something to get
we're
started?
wrapping up.
Okay. You already gave your first. Can you just give your first and last name?
My name is Brandon Clarkson, Branden, Clarkson, Clarkson.
Okay, do you mind just kind of going over real quick an overview of what happened?
No problem. At approximately 10 o'clock this evening, we had initial reports of a subject that had broken a window. It caused a loud bang. There was a subsequent panic, thinking that it was possible gunfire. Given the nature of what's been happening across the nation, people reacted in some sort of a panic and kind of spread out to the public that there was a potential shooter. That was not the case. I can assure you there was no shooting that occurred. A subject had broken a glass window, causing a loud bang, which caused the initial panic.
Is that subject detained or?
Yes, that subject was immediately taken into custody, and he was charged for gross misdemeanor destruction of property.
Okay, so it was intentional. It wasn't an accident.
That is correct.
Okay.
I know, hearing something like this can be triggering, especially for the locals. We obviously went through 1 October. We've had recent reports in the news across the nation of mass shootings. Obviously this could be triggers for certain viewers that might be watching this. What can you tell them as far as reassuring them?
Right. Well, for anyone that is coming to Las Vegas, we are one of the safest communities in America. We have a very robust response, especially in our Las Vegas Strip. We have an officer at every single intersection and every single pedestrian bridge. That's why we were able to quickly respond and determine that there was no shooting that occurred.
One more question for Channel 8, then we're going to
Really quickly, can I ask about people who were injured? We saw that there were a ton of ambulances. Were there anybody who was transported to the hospital?
So there was nobody that was transported to the hospital. There was one minor injury that occurred when a subject fell down during the initial panic.
Was there anybody inside the car when the rock was thrown?
I don't have any of that information.
One more question for Channel 8, so you have the last opportunity.
Why don't you ask it? Because I couldn't understand what you're saying.
We were running into people that were all the way up by Caesars that were reporting that they were hearing gunshots. Can you just fill in on that?
Right. So again, the initial incident that occurred was a loud bang because the glass broke in the MGM Ballet. That initial bang, people thought there might have been a shooting. When that happened, people fled the area, and saying that was shooting kind of created a chain reaction of information. We were able to quickly tell people that that was not the case. We had officers on the street saying there was not a shooting. We also, our public information office was able to push out information on social media to assure the public that there was not a shooting that occurred. All right, thank you.